To me, it's a story about a girl wanting a bigger world. Joan's voice was very clear almost from the beginning, and I knew because she was a farm girl that there would be a down-to-earth kind of conversational quality about it. And also she sometimes has these long run-on sentences. But I also thought because she's a farm girl who reads Ivanhoe and Dombey and Son and Jane Eyre, there would also be passages that would be very highfalutin, and wouldn't it be fun to put them both together and juxtapose them? So that was fun from the beginning. And I hadn't really written first person much before. And it's great because you don't have to describe every room. You can describe the thing that the character is interested in the room. So you can really move fast with first person. But then there's also kind of a fun thing, which is you want the reader to know more than the main character knows. And so how does the reader see past, the person who's being portrayed and know things that the main character doesn't know? And that was just fun. I think of Little Women as a coming-of-age story, and of course Jo March learns to control her temper and writes domestic fiction instead of sensation stories, or Anne of Green Gables learns to think pretty thoughts to herself and not talk so much. So I thought of coming-of-age stories as being settling down, and I didn't want to write a book where a girl settled down. One of the characters in The Hired Girl makes fun of Little Women. Mimi says she hates those March girls, always trying to be good, the stuck-up prigs. And I loved Little Women as a child, but I realized that Joan is not a little woman. She's a big girl. She's immature, and she's physically big, and she's strong, and she's energetic, and she's got a big mind. She's a very bright young girl, and she's got a big tender heart, and she's kind of got an engine too big for her chassis, and to me that's part of the comedy of the story. But I also think she's like Don Quixote. She doesn't stop fighting. She keeps kicking until she can spin that buttermilk into a lump of butter and leap out of the pail. But then when I looked at it, I thought, well, what's the book about? And it was about a lot of things. It was about feminism and housework and first love and money and education and yearning. And it was sort of about all those things at once. So it wasn't quite as little a book as I set out to write. It was larger inside than it was on the outside.